Go on, you dirty fuckers. Welcome to the Not So Serious podcast. Today's topics are going to be very interesting, but first let me introduce my co-partner, Dean.
Right, hello guys, what's going on? Right, so what are we going to be talking about on the first podcast today?
Well, there's a lovely fella I like to call a paedophile who came to our school.
Oh, Jesus, it's going to be interesting then.
Yes, I do agree with that one.
Yeah. Alright then, so, yeah.
Where do we start?
We could just discuss, just introduce the fact of who this guy is.
Do we want to say his name?
No, we can't say his real name. We'll call him the main man himself.
Oh, okay, so the main man himself.
Yeah, go with that.
How old was he again? Like 50? Alright, okay.
Oh, he was like 50 or something. This story is a little bit fucked up, alright? So bear with us on this one, because it gets a little bit weird. Just gotta wait.
Parent fucking disclosure, there we go.
Go on, explain from the start.
So, one day, we decided... I'm trying to be serious right now. This is a very
it's
upsetting...
fine.
Okay,
we're not serious. We're not serious.
Can we disclose that we didn't get raped or anything before
this? Yeah, we weren't involved in this. We just know about this.
And we had some weird encounters, but that's not the point.
Come on. Just get explaining this. Come on.
Alright, so one unfortunate day we chose to do a catering lesson.
Well, no, basically, we had a choice, didn't we? We had to pick from our options in year 9?
Yeah, year 9. We chose
year 9,
GCSE
we had to choose our options. And we both chose catering. We didn't know each other very well, but we both ended up in the same catering class.
Yeah, well, we met each other in science, alright, because we were top set science.
Back in year 7, yeah. Top set.
Before the downfall of my brain, when I got a ceiling fell on my head and knocked all my brain cells out.
Yeah. Interesting story. This we were in English in year 7, just sitting there, everyone in silence, doing their work, and the fucking ceiling comes down on his head.
I think that's the day I lost my brain cells and I became stupid. To be completely honest with you.
Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we both went a bit downhill. But anyway, let's get back to the point. Right, come on. Who was the main man himself?
So the main man himself.
Yeah, come on.
Also has a YouTube channel.
We can't say it. We can't say this.
I can put videos in, I guess.
Do you want to put the clip in of him when he's a zombie?
Yeah. But on the YouTube episode, we'll put a video.
We'll put a couple of videos and you can see how creepy this guy really is. He's a little bit of a weird guy.
Yeah.
Say that. But anyway, right, explain. Come on.
So obviously we chose catering. We got put in the same catering class. So we go to our first lesson, and you have the main teacher, right, and then you have the main man himself as the assistant in there. So he does like all the washing up and shit, like all the feminine stuff.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Well, interestingly enough, actually, Jack here assumed himself that the guy was
the main man himself. All right, I don't want to come out as a homophobe, okay? But he acted gay and he sounded gay.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. To be fair, everyone did back that.
He did sound camp. All right, so that was like a big point in it. But anyway, so. Obviously, we became really good friends with him.
I wouldn't call it friends. No, that's too much.
At one point in time, he said there was 3 of us like in our little group, and
we had another person in our group where we sat. He's called Ryan. He was a geezer. Yeah,
yum. But basically, we were told we were some of his favourite students. So.
Yeah. Also, me and Jack here started to notice something a little bit strange at one point where he came up to us and used to say a few weird things to Jack. Like he came up and he always assumed that Jack was watching porn on the laptops and stuff like that. And then he kept on saying stuff like 2 men and 1 ice cream tub and
big boys in boots.
Big boys in boots. And once we saw this guy with his wife, who was a science teacher at our school.
I also had.
Does she still teach at our school?
Yeah, she does still teach. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, weird story. This person lives down my road.
Oh yeah, and the person he kind of like fiddled around with, I'm pretty sure, was his daughter as well. So.
Oh yeah. Well, anyway, so basically, we started to notice that a little bit weird with this guy. As
he
was
was
saying
just
all
to
this stuff.
presume I was watching porn and stuff, didn't he, on the computer?
Yeah. So one day, suddenly, everyone starts talking about the fact that this guy's been arrested, and everyone's wondering what it was for. Then it came out in the news. This guy was in fact touching kids. Yep.
The main man himself was touching kids.
Yeah, I don't know if we can say that. The main man himself.
Oh god! Well, I'll tell you what. I'll put a clip of me saying it in the video.
Oh yeah. Also, we'll put the news, the bit of the news bit that actually says what he actually did. We'll have to blur out his name for reasons.
Well, that was an old news report with my YouTube video I made ages ago because it says he allegedly did it, but it came out that he did it.
Yeah. So suddenly, out of nowhere, we noticed that a teacher who was teaching us and helping us a lot was a nonce.
So then when we went back on our old coursework, we always used to have pictures. Not pictures. What am I saying? Pictures.
Yeah. We
used
all
to
had
credit
this thing. Yeah, because we had to put credits on all of our work and stuff like that. They had his name on it. It was just we had to get rid of it, obviously. But it was very weird. He got put in prison for like 20 years or something like that.
Oh, I think it's more than that.
Yeah, it might be.
I think it's about parole as well.
So he should have got a lot of time because it was multiple kids. And the weird thing about not only was he touching the kids, he was writing diaries and stories.
He was published as well.
Yeah, he claimed to be an author.
To be fair, I saw he got published though.
Yeah, he did, but God knows what it was about. He might have wrote books about us.
I'm pretty sure he also used to be a child support worker.
Oh yeah. He used to be he used to do like some social stuff for like people our age. Which now looking back at it, it's a bit dodgy.
Oh god, that just brings back bad memories.
Yeah.
You know, I got raped in one of the classes before. It was not very nice.
You can't say that. I don't know about that.
Nah, jokes aside, rape isn't funny, but he did touch me before, touch my arm.
No, right. Let's get this straight. No one, me and Jack here, were not touched by this guy.
That's what just thought.
Jack, is this something you want to tell us here?
He didn't do the touching, I did.
Jesus Christ, no.
No. Okay, that came out a lot more red than I thought it would.
Well, Jack on the first podcast already made himself look like he's a paedophile and got touched by a paedophile that's now made him a paedophile.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I'm a pedo apparently now.
Yeah, so just to introduce this podcast a bit more, we just talk about random shit basically. Like this. Talk about like everything. Football.
Oh yeah, football's great.
A lot of football stuff, yeah. Well, great for you right now, yeah.
Yeah. 22 points clear on the top of the table.
Jack is a Liverpool fan, and I'm a Man United fan. Oh.
Yeah, because you're scum.
No. No.
Scum. Man United is scum. It's like Man United.
So Jack, do you want to admit on here that you Liverpool have actually now won the league?
Not going to admit it yet. I'm telling you this now.
So someone really needs to tell you that you need to admit it because you've won it.
22 points clear. If we win our next 6 games in a row, all right, we win the league.
Don't it get presented at the Etihad as well?
No, that changed. It'll be Goodison Park now if it's away.
That's even better.
I know. Oh, if it was at the Etihad, that would have been rubbing the salt in the wounds of Man City fans, I'd have to say.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. Oh, God. I'd love that. I'd love it to be
Yeah.
at Old Trafford, but that's impossible.
Yeah, I'd hate to see that one. What are you saying about the Champions League? How's that going? Who are you playing again? Atletico
Atletico.
Madrid, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, no, Atletico. It's not the worst team, but it's not the best.
What's your prediction?
I'd see us go through if we play well.
Yeah.
I feel like we'll probably beat them like 2-0 at Anfield. Probably.
Yeah.
I don't see them
Yeah.
beating us at home, but away will be difficult. But to be fair, we did win the Champions League at
I
home
reckon.
ground, so.
I reckon after both the legs, I reckon you walk away winning 4-3 on aggregate. So
That'd be crazy. Few games that. I'm intrigued to see how well both teams play.
It'd be interesting if you come the Champions League back to back.
I don't think we will, because I feel like we're trying to focus much more on the Prem, so we won't be starting our strongest teams.
Well, yeah, on the game on Tuesday, isn't it? This Tuesday coming up, the Shrewsbury game.
Oh yes.
You're meant to be playing. You're playing your youth team, aren't you?
Yeah, we've refused to bring our actual starting 11. So we're bringing our kids pretty much.
Yeah.
Probably lose at Anfield. Probably our only defeat of the season if we lose at Anfield.
Yeah. If you guys have any suggestions of any topics you want us to talk about on any of the podcasts, you can just leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
You know, we'll talk about literally anything. Because why not?
We need to set up a proper email for the podcast so they can email like their voice questions in. So we can play the voice questions through the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh god, that'll be interesting. We'll probably get loads of spam.
Yeah, we'll mainly talk about stuff. Just random stuff. Like this is obviously our first podcast, so this is probably not going to be the best, but we're trying our best here, just to see how it goes. So, yeah. We'll just see how it goes. We will improve eventually. I think we're doing okay, right? We're not doing terrible.
No, we're not doing too bad. Like we've in the past, we've tried.
I mean, you've already admitted that you're a paedophile, allegedly.
You're not meant to tell everyone. Comes out in the news, BBC News, breaking news. Jack Clemens. Oh god, I just gave my last name. I don't know. Jack Clemens is confirmed as a paedophile. The latest podcast. No, I'm not that kind of guy.
Yeah, so basically, any sort of topics you want us to like do a podcast on, just tell us and we'll cut to it.
We'll include it anyway. We just have no set topic.
We don't really have a set topic. We're just trying to see how this goes.
Yeah, 100%. Because we tried to do football ones in the past, didn't we?
Oh yeah, we tried to do this football podcast that didn't go too well. We spent about 20 minutes trying to do an intro because me and Jack's brother were continuously laughing every time Jack tried to intro it.
Yeah, I know. You're a bunch of pricks.
Yeah. But on here we've just decided, whatever, we just do it.
Whatever we feel like doing is going to be the intro. So maybe one day it might just be us talking randomly, and that's the intro.
Oh yeah. You never know. Like what could happen?
It's like anything can happen. That's what's good about this one.
Yeah.
Like, nothing can matter. Like I said, I'm a pedo. Is it true? Is it false? Who knows?
Anyway, moving on. Big in the news right now. The coronavirus. What do you think about this?
Why do I have a thing you bring this up for? Alright, so
I don't know, why not?
Actually,
why not? It's interesting. No, don't say anything. No, Christ, don't do that.
Alright, but I generally feel like, okay, so we're from the UK, alright?
Yeah.
And it's only just hit here. All I have to say is, why the hell would we let people into our country if we know there's a virus going around?
Yeah, but we can't just ban people from coming in. Like,
Stop flights, stop everything.
There's a lot of stuff going on right now, isn't there? Got that coronavirus. There was a potential start of a world war.
Yeah, and big up Brexit. That's all I have to say.
Oh yeah, Brexit
finally done.
Only took many years to happen, but
Yeah, fuck Theresa May.
Yeah.
Big up Boris Johnson.
I
Let's
mean,
go.
let's be real, Jack. We can't really discuss this too much. Me and you know fuck all about politics.
Mate, I know my fair bit, you know. All I know is that Boris Johnson's an absolute beast.
I think there's going to be many people who disagree with you on that one somehow.
Nah, it's going to be all the people who like Labour probably disagree with me with that, but people
I
who
don't
think
know
Labour
about
are
that.
good are retarded. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, we'll probably be. How often are we going to do these podcasts?
Oh, God. For this now, if I say something, we're going to have to, like, expectation.
I
It's going to be high.
think we could do two a week.
Yeah,
I
2
think.
weeks should be.
We'll try it. But we'll get one sorted. Probably try and upload it by tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try and sort it out tomorrow, and then maybe we can record one on Wednesday or something. I don't mind. Thursday,
Yeah.
anytime. I don't know. Friday, just any time. We'll just make one.
Oh, do you know what? In one of the podcasts, we have to talk about life at working at McDonald's. It's
I
pretty.
don't know. Why don't we just talk about it a bit now?
Yeah, all right. So, as a dedicated employee myself,
Well, explain it. You've got to explain it fully in detail how you ended up there.
what I went on a job interview and smashed it out of the bag. Like an
Come
absolute
on,
beef.
explain. You got to explain to the people how this interview was.
All right, so you go to the retail park where they're based in their offices. You don't go to the actual store.
Yeah.
All right, so you go there. You get picked up by an interviewer. You go in there. You wait. Go to the interview. Bam. They ask you quite random questions. Pretty random. I can't remember half of them. All I remember is that they asked the person who interviewed me. I said I played Xbox, and they asked what like games I play. I remember just saying I like playing like Call of Duty with FIFA.
So the interviewers are pretty chill then. So they're not really too.
They don't
harsh,
pressurize you that much. Like
Yeah.
pretty chill.
Alright, yeah. So anyway, so you did this interview. It went pretty well.
Yeah, I smashed it out of the
So
bag.
now you work at McDonald's.
Yeah, like an absolute beef house.
God, I can't say it. How do you say it? Unemployed. That's it. Unemployed peeps.
Up the unemployed peeps. Yeah, no, but as I'm saying, it's good money. £6 an hour for someone who's.
Yeah, it's decent.
16.
It's decent for our age.
Yeah, exactly. And to be fair, some of the people I work with are well all right.
Yeah,
Like,
you work with some interesting people.
I know I work with one of my mate's brothers.
Oh yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it bullies his brother a bit, but it's fun.
Yeah,
The opposite.
Obviously, you know. But
Mm.
you do some interesting things like the drive-through. That's interesting.
So, how was it though? How was your first shift? What was it like? What happened?
Well, the first shift I milked because you have to do like online training.
Oh yeah.
So the first shift, I just remember going in there and having to at 8 in the morning. My first shift was till 8 till 3. So I remember walking in and going into the crew room where the computer was and just sitting there. And I milked my whole entire shift on the computer. And I got paid for it as well.
Wait, so you were just sitting there on a computer getting paid for doing... Yeah. What was you doing?
Online training, but it was piss. But I milked the crap out of it.
Oh, right, yeah.
So, and I got paid for that shift. It was like, I got like 35 quid for the day for doing nothing. And then I went, and the next shift I had after that, I remember at the start of it, I didn't even finish the online training. So I milked it that hard, I didn't finish it. So I had, for the half of my other shift, I did that. And then I obviously moved on to better things and actually
doing stuff. Was it kind of hard at first? Like starting?
So I don't know if I told you, but when I first started, we went. I was meant to be doing drinks, but then because drinks had enough people on it, I moved on to front, so with like all the tills in the store and stuff. It was on I'm pretty sure a Saturday or Sunday morning.
Yeah,
so it was breakfast shift. But
that must have been pretty busy.
I learned that it was realistically the second shift, which got on my nerves a bit more because they threw me out on till by my own.
Yeah.
And I didn't have that much experience, obviously, so it was in the morning.
Yeah.
So I was like freaking out.
Yeah, they literally threw you in the deep end, pretty much.
Yeah, they threw me in the deep end. But don't get me wrong, now.
Yeah, you've been working there for how long? You've been working there a while.
6 months now. I
Yeah.
think. But now I'm like used to it. But I thank
Uh,
them
you,
for doing that to me in a way, because
yeah.
if they didn't do it, I wouldn't have learned it quicker.
I remember there was a point where you were sort of considering to just stop. Like, at one
Yeah,
point, like it wasn't really a major thing, but you did consider like slightly going. Understandably, it
yeah,
sounds
no,
very hard
that's
to.
the thing. But once I get used to what I was doing, you enjoy it a lot more. Like I'm still not in kitchen, which I really want to
Well,
learn how to do. But
there you go. Bit of an insight for people watching if they're interested in getting a job at McDonald's.
yeah, it takes a long time to move stations. Though once you learn a station, it will take them a few months to want to teach you
Also,
another one.
also, you've taught them now to milk the training so they can get paid for doing nothing.
Yeah, that's if they
Yeah,
still do the training if they go for it. You didn't hear
yeah.
that from me though.
No. You didn't hear it from us. Just yeah.
And yeah, also they have a strict policy which I kind of follow but kind of don't follow, is do not wear any of your uniform outside of the store
Oh
unless you're
yeah.
going to work that day.
Mhm.
So I always have my hat in my bag, or I tend to, and I just
Oh yeah.
always end up wearing it.
You always have that hat with you, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah, always end up flat. I don't wear it like as my clothing, but I wear it as a piss take in a way.
Oh
Like so
yeah.
many people now know I work there, but there's another thing which annoys me is that people presume because you work at McDonald's and stuff, they tend to take the piss out of you for it at the same time.
I don't think that should be the case. Like, you got it doesn't
Yeah,
matter if it just means you want it as a job, doesn't it? Like,
that's what I
it
mean.
doesn't
And
make you stupid or anything. It's just yeah,
it makes you kind of smart and mature if you think about it.
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Like it's like putting a middle finger up in the people's there's like you know Eddie and my tutor
Oh
at
yeah.
college, you know, he like takes the piss out of me for it, but he does like 4 hours in the pub doing washing up, and I'm like, mate, I do more than double your hours in one day.
I mean,
So
I'm not going to be sitting there taking the piss, but I have a very interesting life. I play FIFA.
play FIFA, rage, bam, easy life.
Oh, come on. Everyone who plays FIFA rages, though. It's just the way it is. You can't play the game and not get annoyed.
Yeah, no, I do agree with that. It is a very aggravating game to play, to say
Uh,
the least. It's just like one of those games.
I think we should make a full out at least a big rant on one of our podcasts at EA. You know, I think if anyone wants to see it, just drop it in the comments. Tell us because I think we'd both enjoy ripping
EA
into EA.
Sports, EA Sports in general, just it's not even just FIFA. It's every game they make.
I don't know, but some of their games are good though. For like NBA is like is good, but they don't really force you to spend that much money on FIFA. Though it's a pay to win game.
The thing is, you say it's a pay-to-win game, but the amount of money I've spent on it this year and
I
not
mean, saying
actually
that
received anything in return.
my team on my RTG, like we're both obviously most people who play it usually do some sort of RTG just to see how it goes. But
Yeah,
our teams aren't terrible, and we've spent nothing. Like, but
but
then
you
you
enjoy
look at
playing it more when you spend nothing as well, because it's
they're
more
heavily,
achieving.
heavily does invest that like money is a big part of it. But anyway, let's move on from that because we'll save that for another podcast. I'm sure just to go in at EA. So I think that'll be quite enjoying.
It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing going in. Yeah, they're just the worst company.
Yeah. So
Like,
anyway, so going back to like the job bit. So would you recommend people trying to get a job at McDonald's?
if you're not scared to talk, actually, to be fair, I say if you're not scared to talk to people, I I've grown more confident. So
Yeah.
yes,
You obviously didn't just turn up and you weren't like walking around like
yeah.
thinking you were all that like talking to everyone. You were probably a bit quiet at first, as everyone would be, and then you just
Oh
grow
yeah.
into it.
And the thing is, you actually meet some really nice people when you start working there as well.
It must be very interesting for you working there as well, because it's quite close to our area, isn't it? Well, it is in our area, really. Like
Yeah.
you serve a lot of people from our school, and you
Oh god,
see teachers a lot of the time, don't you?
I've served so many teachers from our school.
What's that like? What's that like? Is it a bit awkward?
Well, the thing is, I sometimes feel like they don't know me. Like some of
Oh
the
right,
teachers I've served, I've never had, but I've like served, for instance, like our head of year, and
yeah,
that was awkward.
yeah,
But I would address everyone as mate if it's male, or yeah. So when I see a teacher, I'm like, "You're right, mate."
yeah,
So I'm just like, it's interesting to say the least that it's just normal. it's like serving anyone else. It's just that you know them. Like I've served my old maths teacher before, and I've found it so. I've not served her, but I had to give her food to her, and I just did it really quickly.
Wait! Your
walked
old
away.
maths teacher?
Yeah, Miss Green.
Oh God! Oh no! How? The thing is, right? Making this talk. So, how do teachers get their jobs? Like, she was an absolute awful maths teacher. Like, I've seen many people at our school who were a better teacher or could have done a better job, and they're students. She had no idea what she was doing.
She fucked my maths career up.
Maths career, as if you had a career in maths already.
Yeah, no, it's true. But she fucked it up.
I don't think any of us are any good at maths. Like, maths is very hard now.
The thing is, you don't say to your student you're guaranteed to fail. I'm just like,
I mean, yeah. Recently, I managed to pass maths. No one knows how it happened.
miracle.
It happened. Yeah,
miracles can
happen.
On FIFA yet?
It will happen in its own time. I mean, it's not really a big deal because I don't play on that account.
That is true.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, I do have to say, actually, going back to like school stuff, I do have to say, I think year 8.
Oh yeah, year 8. Yeah, that year. Anyone going into year 8, yeah, just use it as a year just to do what the fuck you want. Fuck around.
But we say that year 10 as well.
I think year 10 was probably like the worst year for like learning. Like no one wanted to do well. I mean, like, come on,
no one did anything, though, did they? Let's be completely honest. Like, I remember just.
I mean, as you can tell, me and Jackie, we weren't the kind of people who would go into a class and sit down and just do loads of work. No,
I still do that. I still haven't passed maths or English. I still do that now, though.
I feel like you get held back because you get distracted, and well, you don't particularly like to come into school on some occasions. Let's be real.
That's why I've got like 74% attendance. Ooh.
I know many people worse. Like I don't think it's that bad.
I've been threatened to get kicked out of college.
But honestly, though, anyway, like being real, though, just a bit of advice for anyone doing their GCSEs: just don't worry too much about it. They don't do much.
Yeah, well, I proved it. I had no qualifications. I still got a job.
And also, like, if you don't think you're the smartest person in the world, right, and you're literally not achieving, you don't look like you're going to pass it. Do not spend like about 6 months before revising constantly, working hard. All right, because we know someone. I'm not going to say any names. I don't know if we should say this.
If he ever finds this podcast, he knows it's going to be referencing him.
Oh yeah, we are referencing. Yeah, just do not revise as hard as what this person did because they failed very badly. I think you did better, and so like overall, I'd say you did the better job. Like you might not have got the better grades, but you just didn't come in. You didn't do revision at all, and you still did nearly as well.
He did revision for 6 months straight for hours.
Yeah, don't let it take your life away doing like that stuff. Like, don't get forced into it. Like, unless your parents force you, then don't argue with them because you're gonna get yourself into some shit.
The thing is, teachers also say you should revise, but I feel like you should revise closer to the time because you remember it more. If you know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't revise irrelevant subjects like history and stuff. Like, just concentrate on your main subjects, like maths and English, all you need.
You say don't revise history, but if you want to become a historian in the future, that's different.
Yeah, but if they want to be a historian, that means they're going to be relatively clever at English and maths because you need both of them. Well, not maths, you need English because you need to be able to.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Like in science, don't revise history.
I don't bother with science either. That shit's a waste of time. Unless you want to be a scientist, but then again, you need maths and English kind of in that sense. Like most of these people who want to do that kind of stuff are clever.
That is very true. I wish I was that clever, but it's not.
I don't know. I don't think being clever is the greatest.
Because you can be academically smart, or you can be like physically better. Is that what it's called? I can't remember. It's something like that. Like I'm better at drawing than I am doing maths.
Well, no. I think what you mean is some people can be smarter in like life, like knowing what they're doing. So like you could be like better at like, I don't know, for example, like just doing stuff like cooking and like stuff like that, and like doing your own sort of shit. But people can be better at doing like schoolwork, like
Yeah.
like academically, like it's just it's all down to that kind of stuff. But I don't
It's all
know.
different though, isn't it? So,
I think it's a bit bad how this world's judging nowadays for this like jobs. Like I don't see why grades should matter so much. Like you could be a lot more smarter than that person, just not as good at English maths. Like, I'm sorry,
yeah,
but what job do you need to use Pythagoras' theorem in, or just anything like that? Like it's not
that is
needed.
true. But I do have to say, going for a job interview, your personality matters a lot as well.
Yeah, the personality should matter more than the grades, in my opinion. Because if you might not, you might have the attitude, like I
Yeah.
think you have a good attitude to work at like McDonald's. So you go
Personality,
there, and you work hard. Probably at
yeah.
school, you just don't have that attitude. You don't go into school and just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do loads of work.
I feel like it varies though. Like if you're
Yeah.
It varies what days you do because, for instance, I actually genuinely really like Mondays, but that's because I'm doing something I like throughout the whole day.
Oh yeah. Well, apart from when you have to do maths.
Yeah, for instance, apart from when I have to do maths, or if I have like on a Thursday, I hate Thursdays because I have to have maths and English. Like, why would I like that?
Yeah.
That's why I'm never in on Thursdays.
Mm.
Yeah, it's just something when you find interests, you'll rather do that.
Yeah, literally.
That's what everyone prefers doing. Their
Mm.
own interests, which they enjoy. There you go.
Yeah, like so. Yeah, just don't worry too much all about it. It's not worth the time.
Don't get me wrong, some GCSEs could affect how you do in your future, but
Well,
A levels are more important. GCSEs get you into your A levels, which are important.
yeah, just try your best not to get yourself in our situation after doing access course because it doesn't
Yeah.
make you look the smartest person. Let's just say that.
Yeah, no, that is very true.
Because most of our mates have all gone to Colchester Institute and they're doing some
Courses they like.
yeah.
That's why they're in all the time, though, isn't it? Because they like doing it. They chose to do that.
Yeah, we didn't. The thing is, right, we didn't get the choice, but we chose something relative, like to what we like. But I'm obviously like wanted to do business. I get to do business, but I've already done the course, and I find it's too easy. But I wanted to do this one at Colchester, but
Yeah.
didn't get accepted because I failed maths by 1 mark on the first attempt, and it kind of stopped me. So that was annoying. Even though there's people there now who didn't pass in either of English or maths and got on the course.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, really, in my opinion.
Yeah, so just in that case, don't worry about your grades because it doesn't matter apparently, unless you're me. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, that is very true.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what we should talk about right now?
What's that?
Is running.
Oh, yeah, running. Yeah, we can talk about that because it's a
How
thing we
great
both
it is.
started doing. Yeah. Well, to anyone, basically, me and Jack here, we were just sitting there in
Five Guys.
was it yeah, it was Five Guys, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
we were in Five Guys. We were out because it was the Monday, the day before we had to go back to school because it was on the Christmas holiday, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was,
Yeah.
yeah.
So basically, we were just sitting there, Five Guys, eating the absolute shit that they serve up. Like it's nice,
It's
but
so bad for you, man.
it's hot, it's bad for you. And then
Makes you
suddenly,
feel
out of
ill.
nowhere, Jack comes on. He's like, "Do you want to do this 30 days of fitness thing?" And then suddenly, out of nowhere, we're talking about doing 100 days.
Yep, 100
Yeah.
solid days.
Yeah, and basically, we decided to go with it. So we're eating a bit better. We've stopped eating chocolate and sweets. We've been going for
Crisps as
about
well,
over a
stopped.
month now. Yeah, crisps also. Yeah, and we were going for runs.
Yeah, well, I
running.
can't at the moment because I've injured myself.
Yeah,
But
you're a bit injured. I mean, I went for a run last on Friday, which was 2 days ago from now. But I was going to go tonight. But obviously, we're here recording this.
this is
So,
also very important to us.
Yeah,
The
this
podcast.
is going to be important to us because we actually want to take this to a good level because we're actually interested in doing these podcasts because they're quite are quite interesting.
They got
to listen to.
inspirations.
Yeah, we got inspiration. We got True Geordie. That's a big one.
Jack
Happy Hour podcast. Yeah, Jack
Yeah.
Mate and stuff like that. And the Peter Crouch podcast. That would be on there. Yeah, I like the Peter Crouch podcast.
What a guy. What an absolute legend.
Yeah, Peter Crouch is an absolute legend.
It's his birthday the other day.
Oh, yeah. How old is he now?
I can't actually remember.
He must be. I don't think he's 40. I think he must be like 38, 39.
Yeah,
he's about the same age as Stevie J, isn't he? But Gerald's not 40 yet.
Yeah, no, Gerald and my dad are the same age, and I'm pretty sure my dad's either 40 or 39.
You don't know your dad's age.
It sounds bad, yeah, but yeah. Either does my other mate, who's got the exact same. Our dads have got the exact same birthday on the exact same year, which is really weird.
Yeah.
And we both don't actually know how old he is.
Yeah, so anyway, we got this inspiration of doing these podcasts, and so far, I've actually had a lot of fun recording this.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys are enjoying it.
I feel like over time it'll get easy.
The thing is, we probably know this isn't the greatest right now because we haven't really structured this at all. This has literally got no structure. We just talk about whatever the fuck we fancy right now.
That's what dicked us over before, though. We had structure and it fucked us up.
I don't think we need structure. Like, sometimes you do. We'll at some point we'll just do a podcast based on one topic and then we'll do that.
Like, say we want to talk about, like, for instance, with the Happy Hour podcast, like when they do their crime episodes, like the murder mystery.
Oh, yeah.
If we ever want to do that, we'll base the whole episode on that.
Well, yeah, we're gonna work hard though. We're actually gonna pump these podcasts out and stuff like that. I don't know if me and you are gonna get back into doing YouTube solo. I don't know if you. Do you want to promote your YouTube channel anyway?
I've changed my YouTube channel's name, so they probably won't even find it. It's just JCM at the
Also, follow us on Instagram. We'll leave the link in the description. The Not So Serious podcast. We just took the bit out of the name on there. Just it's a bit long on there, but yeah, we're obviously the Not So Serious podcast. In the name, it basically describes it all. We're gonna make podcasts. They're not gonna be serious at all.
Yeah, I do agree. We're just.
But why be serious? Yeah, we're just two people trying to have a bit of fun making some of these, and just hopefully you find these funny too, because they're a lot of fun.
I do have to agree, they are pretty fun to do. Like we've always wanted to make one properly.
Yeah, well, I think
every time we got around to doing it, we've always fucked it up. But this time, I feel like it was promising, but more promising than before. Anyway.
Honestly, if any of you guys know much about podcasts, you can leave it in the comments. Just be honest with us. Are we doing well right now or not? Because I'm interested to know. Because we need your feedback. We need to know. We need to know what we're doing right or wrong. Just be honest with us. You can call us what you like. Roast us. Feel free.
Oh yeah, you can definitely roast us. I'm happy to see that.
You can roast our voice. Yeah, it's fine. It doesn't matter. Like, you can't see us yet. You'll probably roast us when you see us, which is fair enough.
Yeah, well, to be fair, if you know my name, which I've already disclosed, you probably know what I look like anyway. So I don't give two shits.
Just don't be too harsh on us.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. You know what? The one thing you can roast me about is what I spend my money on. That's it.
Oh yeah.
I remember when I got paid. Going back to work, I got paid for the first time, and I got paid over £100. I decided to waste it all on FIFA points.
Yeah. Also, just another bit of advice: do not ever spend money on FIFA points. We did a little experiment the other day. Well, Jack did for us. So found out he opened a 125,000 coin pack with FIFA points. It cost £20, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like £20 for one.
£20. Right? He gets an 85 rated Coke, I believe it was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and then a 45k.
Then opens a 45, which is about £6, which is
£7,
still a hell of a lot of money for a pack. Like for
it's so
pack.
Stupid. FIFA 12 was.
You got the same rating on it.
Yeah, 85 rated.
Yeah, just we'll go off the topic of FIFA because like I said, we could do another podcast on that, but yeah. Just don't buy FIFA points. It's not good for you.
Just don't buy any in-game currency. Unless you're guaranteed something.
I mean, GTA was different.
Yeah.
Buy money on that game was different.
Yeah, but you
Talk,
can
actually,
earn money on
You
that.
know what? Interestingly, we can make a topic out of this bit. What is the greatest game, or the top three greatest games? We'll go with. We'll listen. We'll start from
Oh,
third. We'll start from third to first. Right.
third from first. You know
Well,
what?
anyway, well, actually, we might as well just say first. But we've both got a great. It's GTA.
Yeah, GTA is the best game ever made, but I do have to say, I know it sounds stupid. If we were doing top three, Fortnite has to be in the top three because as
But
much as I
is it
hate the
no? Yeah,
game,
but is it for us? If it's for us, I'm saying no. I'm
for
not saying no.
for us, no.
No, I don't think we put Fortnite on there. But as fun as we had, like me and Jack used to, when we started the game, we were absolutely dog shit at it. We used to do a tactic called the Big Shack, Little Shack tactic. We used to get
Oh
into
god.
a tiny little hut, this casual game, and we thought we were good.
Yeah, we used to get to the end. I remember, was it with you and me? I'm pretty sure we both sat in the tree till the
Hmm.
end of the game, and we fucked it up because we had no weapons.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was it. So anyway, let's go back on it. So we're both in agreement that GTA is the best. Like, if you guys disagree,
You're just brain
I'm
dead.
no, I'm interested to know. I'm interested to know what you think is better.
If you don't think GTA is the best game ever made, you're
I'm
brain
going to put
dead.
an interested one in there. I think this might cause a bit of controversy because it's a game that some people hated, some people liked, but I've got to put somewhere on there for me. Black Ops 3. I like that game too much. It's one of my most played
Yeah,
games ever.
that
I think it is actually. No, it is my most played game ever.
my favorite ever game is well, my favorite ever Call of Duty is Black Ops 2, but Black Ops
I
3 is definitely in the top three for me.
I think most people here will say Black Ops 2 is better than Black Ops 3, which is I'm there. I accept that opinion, but for me, I just liked Black Ops 3 so much more.
Yeah,
I didn't really
there's more
play.
content, wasn't there?
I
Though?
didn't play too much Black Ops 2 because yeah, I wasn't really the COD fan back then, but I suddenly grew into it. I think it was Ghost. I started playing really, and
Oh,
I
that was
thought
good.
I thought it was underrated.
That has so many mixed opinions, but in my opinion, that's a good game.
Yeah,
That is a good COD, completed COD. Then the new one's pretty decent, to be fair. It's not
yeah,
the worst. It's just boring at the moment. I spent
yeah.
a lot of money though to buy that.
Yeah, so we got the yeah, so right, it's GTA. Right. So what are you saying second or third, maybe?
My
I
second
feel like
favourite ever
you've
game.
got to put Black Ops 2 on there then I suppose because it
Yeah.
is.
Black
But
Ops 2 is my third favourite game, and FIFA
I'm gonna
18
have
is
to
my
say
second.
that's what I was about to say. I was about to say FIFA rating for me has got to be second, right? Right. This is gonna cause massive controversy with people here because that game was so hated by so many people. But the
I
thing
don't know
is, right,
why.
me and Jack here and one of our other mates, we're not going to say their name just in case they get annoyed at us for doing so. We
Yeah.
mentioned them once
Oh, this is the
already.
one before. Yeah.
Yeah, we mentioned them at some point. I'm not going to say about what bit because I don't want to cause any problems. Yeah, on FIFA 18 we used to play a lot of pro clubs on it, and it was a very fun game. And we
Yeah.
also had some good moments in that game, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely.
This sounds very sad because like we do play a hell of a lot of games, but I'm sure some of you guys out there too.
We
They're like
slate
the same.
FIFA a lot, but that's
Yeah,
because we
yeah,
love the game so much at the same time.
yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, especially for you. I mean, for me, maybe I am very. I'm a bit of a sad person because like I just play FIFA. But you have a job.
That is true, but no, but I moan all the time about FIFA. Like the other day,
Yeah,
I went and just started slating all the EA workers on the bloody live chat.
oh yeah, Jackson. We are not going to talk about what you did on that chat. All right, let's stop. Stop. Don't say anything.
I've never
Don't.
got so angry before though.
No, say no more. We'll just forget about that, right? Anyway, yeah. So FIFA 18. Anyway, that was
Definitely
a
top
good
three.
game. Uh, Most people there, like probably, you can let us know in the comments with this as well. Your favourite FIFA if you're any of you are FIFA fans. I'm sure a lot of you will say FIFA 15 or 14. I
I'll
would
be
back
very
you.
surprised, but I'm pretty sure quite a bit of people might say FIFA 19. I don't know why.
No, FIFA 9 was the gameplay was absolutely
It was
awful.
shocking, but so many people liked it for some reason.
I thought the promos were better. Like
Yeah, the promos were good.
I think that was the best different promos.
Yeah, no. Well, let's talk about that in the FIFA episode because we're going off well off.
Oh yeah, we're going off topic again.
We're not because we're talking about games, but to be fair, it's a good game still, I guess. It's not the worst.
Yeah. Also, guys, eventually, obviously, we're just starting this. Like, it might seem a bit strange, yeah, that we're like doing it, like not where you can't see our face and stuff, but eventually, we'll probably end up sorting out, finding a place and like way that we can record it, sitting together, and we'll make podcasts like that. But for now, we'll
With
just do it
proper
like
equipment
this.
and everything.
Yeah. We'll actually do this properly. We're actually like proper up for this, I'd say.
We just need it to blow up, and then we can afford the stuff.
I don't think we need it to blow up. I just think just a bit of support, would be nice if we can get to see how it goes.
If we ever get called onto any podcast, which we know about, all right, and we ever get the chance to be guests, all right, the one podcast would have to be for me. Would probably be Happy Hour.
Well, yeah, obviously the Crouchy one we can't really get on. That's not really an open podcast, is it? It's about Peter Crouch.
Exactly.
But yeah, the Happy Hour. I mean, I'll take being on. Well, I mean, obviously, I'll take being on True Geordie's podcast. Like, come, it's True Geordie.
It's big. It's one of. It should be the biggest podcast.
It is. It's the. Wait, actually, no, it's not. It's what's his name? What's he called? I feel bad for not knowing this guy's name because he's massive for podcast.
Oh God. I'm trying to think. Now.
He's the American guy, isn't he?
Wait,
actually, wait,
H3.
H3.
Is it?
I mean, that might be up there. Oh, I think isn't like the best one in terms of subscribers. Impulsive, that Logan Paul one. Oh Christ.
Oh no. Thing is, we say, "Oh Christ," it's actually a pretty decent podcast. All right. Have you ever watched an episode of it before?
Yeah, I have.
I think they're pretty decent. I'm gonna sound like a right Logan Paul of it right now.
Talking about the pools and stuff like that. We could come to the topic of boxing.
Oh.
What's your opinion on the whole entire YouTube boxing stuff? Like starting off obviously with KSI and Logan Paul, like the second one.
So the first one was crap. The second one was good.
I think the first one was okay, but then the second one was better because obviously I was all them people who had like Eddie Hearns, the Flair sorting out.
I do feel like I feel like they planned the first one to end as a draw.
No, I genuinely think it had to be because they just didn't seem right to end it there.
I do have to remember. I all have to say that Joe Weller fight, the first ever like boxing event, when KSI came out that ripped, bloody hell.
Yeah, he did very well.
Yeah, that was good.
I feel like now they've sort of embarrassed the YouTube like boxing thing with like Gibb losing to Jake Paul.
I can rant forever about that. Like the stance and everything.
Obviously, me and you, we definitely wanted Gibb to win. Like no one wanted Jake Paul to win.
I wanted Gibb to win so badly. He was representing our country for Christ's sake.
Yeah, and it was Jake Paul.
And it was
Jake Paul. Jake Paul is a cunt.
But Jake Paul was the better fighter in that fight. So. You can't really moan about it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's like with Conor McGregor when he fought that other guy recently.
Oh, yeah, Cowboy, yeah.
Yeah, he beat him in 40 seconds, wasn't it?
Yeah, he absolutely fucked him up.
It's like...
Also, big fight coming up. Deontay Wilder, Fury.
Oh, I've booked time off work for that fight.
Yeah, I know. You told me this the other day. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that one.
I'm so gassed for that fight.
But predictions.
I think
it goes to. I think it goes to distance. I can't see one of them getting knocked out.
I think as we say this, Wilder I think he fought recently.
Wilder's got more power than Fury, but Fury's a better boxer.
Fury's technically better.
Yeah, Fury's a better boxer, but Wilder's he's an absolute beast.
Fury beat Klitschko when he was at his best.
Yeah, but Tyson Fury's an absolute beast.
Yeah, Fury's one of the best ever heavyweight. Well, I say best ever. Because then I'm going to sound like a right mong for saying that, but I do generally think it.
Yeah, well. I like Fury as a fighter.
And whoever wins this fight, I do see fighting Anthony Joshua.
I think Andy Ruiz got done a bit dirty by Anthony Joshua because they had to do a rematch.
That's what I don't understand.
But shouldn't Ruiz get the option at a rematch with Joshua? Because I feel like they just want Joshua to be the one because a lot of people are a fan of Joshua.
Yeah, that is very true. But I do see if Fury wins, I do see Fury beating Joshua.
This is going to be very unpopular considering we're both English or British.
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan of Anthony Joshua.
I don't get me wrong, I like the guy. All right, I think
I'm
he's
not a big
amazing,
fan.
but I prefer Fury.
Yeah, Fury's probably my favourite boxer. I mean, I'm not a big boxing fan. I'm more of a UFC guy.
Yeah, I do like UFC as well, to be fair.
Yeah,
But I want to get into boxing more at the
yeah,
same
yeah. I
time.
want to go and watch a boxing fight at some point. Yeah.
I've seen a boxing fight before. I saw Fury's first fight
I
back.
haven't. I haven't. I also would like to see a UFC fight in real life. But
I
that
want
would
to see
be...
WWE.
Oh God, no.
I know it's
what?
fake, but it's amazing.
Yeah, we can bring that in as well. Like, I mean,
Edge returns. Like, what a scene! Like,
I
what
mean,
a scene!
WWE. Everyone as a kid liked WWE. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
Like, everyone was a fan of it. Everyone was like getting all gassed about or Rey Mysterio. Like, absolutely, like it just everyone liked them. But
Yeah.
it became too obvious at this point that it's fake. I mean, we've both probably known for a very long time it was fake, but
You
it's
don't want to admit
too
it, though,
obvious.
but
It's
now
too,
we have to.
yeah, but it's too obvious. Look at
Yeah,
him.
no, it is way too obvious. Like Brock Lesnar, he's not even that strong in person.
No, he's not because well, we've seen it with CM Punk, Brock Lesnar. They go into UFC and they got slapped.
Yeah, and also Chris Jericho. All right,
Oh,
he
yeah.
fought Brock Lesnar backstage as an actual fight and beat the crap out of him. So, if that doesn't say anything when Chris Jericho's beating you, I don't know what does.
Yeah, I feel like people in WWE need to stay in that way because it is fake. Like, stay away
Yeah.
from the UFC. The
Don't get me
UFC
wrong,
is a
there's a
different
few
game.
fighters like Ronda Rousey, for instance. She has
Yeah,
proven
but she,
herself.
but she went from the UFC to the WWE.
Yeah,
But that's
that is
different.
true.
I don't think that's a bad fight. I think that's okay because, well,
Yeah,
without sounding biased, like WWE is a lot worse. Like a lot more simplistic to go into than
Yeah.
the UFC.
that is true. That I do. It's still in. It's entertainment at the end of the day. That's what
Yeah.
it's meant to be. It's meant to entertain you. So,
Who is your favourite UFC fighter?
ooh, that's a question. I don't know actually.
I mean, I'm one of them people who's a massive fan of McGregor.
I like Khabib, but
I like Khabib. He's a very good fighter. I have to say, the guy's a beast. He wrestles bears.
he's like, no, my favourite UFC fighter is none. I like them all. I can't really determine who my favourite UFC fighter is.
Looking back at it, I liked Kimbo Slice a lot from playing the game as well. Yeah, Kimbo Slice, he's a beast. That guy, he's an absolute monster. Like,
if we're talking about the game, FaZe Chev's Request, what an absolute monster.
No, we're not talking about the game.
Demigod Request.
Yeah. God, this has been a very, very interesting podcast. We've gone from nonsense to football to McDonald's to games, and now we're here.
All right, back to like McDonald's. All right.
No, we can't just keep going backwards. No,
this is reference it. All right,
Alright,
let's not really reference it. What is your food?
my favourite food?
Fast food. So fast food restaurant.
Well, right now, obviously, we're both trying to avoid that right now because we're being healthy.
Yeah. Even though we went to KFC yesterday, that's not the point.
There's nothing wrong with going to KFC the occasional time.
I feel like
There's
a traitor.
nothing wrong with it. Yeah, I feel bad for doing it now because, well, yeah, we've been doing that, but there's nothing wrong with it. But anyway, let's go. Right, well, I'm a big fan of pizza.
Oh,
pizza's probably my favourite. A pepperoni pizza, like I don't think it's
where from
to beat it. But the thing is, there's a local one. I'm not going to say the name of it because I don't really want to expose anything like that. Yeah, it's a local one that I like. There's Domino's. I think Domino's. I think Papa John's though. I think that one.
Oh, it's so expensive.
It's very good.
Yeah, I do agree.
Yeah,
it's good. You know what? We need to make an episode, alright, about stories, life stories.
Oh yeah. Well, I've got a story. I've got a story that I want us to talk about. Like just a mini story. But the incident at Wheelie Fishing.
No, just give away where I live.
Well, no, I didn't say that's where you live. You just told them that I didn't.
That's true.
When you fishing.
Oh God, no! This memory's bad.
Yeah, all right. Well, we're not going to go into any detail, but we will definitely bring this up at some point. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. I don't know. Were you allowed to put a clip? Not in this one. Were you allowed to put the clip of you walking at your tent and breaking it?
Yeah, why not? We'll put that in a different episode. Like, we'll put it in the episode when we mention the whole story, 'cause it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. It makes no sense, but yeah, we're trying our best to try and make some structure, but it's not structured at all. We've
Why the
gone
fuck
away.
do you think we called it the Random Podcast?
It's not the Random Podcast, though, is
Yeah,
it? It's the Not So Serious Podcast.
Why did I? That's what we were going to call it before, wasn't it? Shit.
Yeah, you guys just have to bear us a bit. We're new to this as saying, but we'll try.
Mouthful. Not so serious. They're not so serious podcast.
This is our first one, so yeah.
Yeah, that is true. All right, I'm happy with that.
Yeah,
that was interesting. Name choices. We could have called it the Dirty Fuckers Podcast.
I think we've covered a lot of topics. I think. Do you want to wrap this up, or?
Yeah, I'm happy to. Yeah, I'm happy to wrap it
no,
up.
anyway, so this was the first episode of the Not So Serious Podcast. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. If, as I said, leave your suggestions in the comments, like and subscribe, do all that. Follow our Instagram.
Yeah,
and yeah.
If this ever gets onto Spotify as well, make sure you click follow on that.
We will try. We will try and get this out tomorrow, which will be on the Monday, and then we'll record one at some point in the week. We'll be getting 2 out every week.
Yeah,
guys.
Banging out.
And yeah. Clips. So thank you for listening to the podcast. And good night.
Yeah, good night, you fucks.